What's happening, folks? It's your boy Sports PSP in the building. Hope everyone's enjoying a fantastic day. Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers has been officially traded to the New York Jets. I'm reading an article here from ESPN's Rich Cimini and Rob Domowski. For the second time in 15 years, the Green Bay Packers are trading an aging icon to the New York Jets. The Packers agreed Monday to deal Aaron Rodgers and their 2023 first-round pick, which is the 15th overall pick, and a 2023 fifth-round pick, the number 170th overall pick, to the New York Jets for the New York Jets 2023 first-round pick, which is the 13th overall pick, a 2023 second-round pick, which is the 42nd overall pick, a 2023 sixth-round pick, which is the 207th overall pick, and a conditional 2024 second-round pick that becomes a first in Aaron Rodgers, plays 65% of the plays this season, sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Monday. Although Hall of Fame quarterback and Jets franchise icon Joe Namath gave Rodgers his blessing to wear number 12, the new Jets quarterback is expected to wear 8, which is the number that he wore in college at Cal, a source told Schefter. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst was hesitant to comment on the deal in much detail Monday, but during his previously scheduled annual pre-draft news conference, which began shortly after news of the trade broke, he said there were still a few final details to be worked out. Among them likely is the fact that Rodgers still must take his physical. Gutekunst says it was important for him for this deal to get done before the draft. Quote, it wouldn't have been the end of the world, Gutekunst said, but at the same time, I think it would have certainly changed things quite a bit. So getting it done was important. I just think certainly the capital for this year was very important, certainly more valuable than future stuff for our football team. So there were a number of reasons, but that's why. The blockbuster comes 40 days after Rodgers announced on the Pat McAfee show that his intention was to play for the Jets in 2023, triggering intermittent negotiations between the Jets and the Packers that dominated the NFL headlines. The two sides talked for weeks before talks broke down. Then discussions heated up against late last week. Finally, Jets general manager Joe Douglas and Gutekunst were able to bridge their differences and come to an agreement. So this is huge, folks. Aaron Rodgers is no longer a Green Bay Packer. He will go to the New York Jets. He will not wear Joe Namath's jersey number 12, even though Joe Namath gave Aaron Rodgers his blessing. But a source, according to Adam Schefter, said that he will wear number 8, which is the number that he wore at Cal. It's huge. It's official. It's done. Aaron Rodgers is no longer a Green Bay Packer. It's a New York Jet. We knew he was going to go to the New York Jets because he admitted on Pat McAfee's show that he wanted to play for the New York Jets. I think for the New York Jets, this is a good situation for them because we knew that they needed a quarterback. Last year, they should have made the playoffs. The only reason why they struggled last year was because of how bad Zach Wilson has played. The past 2 seasons, he's been a bust. Now with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, there should be no excuse for Aaron Rodgers not to produce. Okay? You have one of the best young wide receivers in Garrett Wilson. Okay? You have pieces. You have Breece Hall is coming back from injury, and they have a defense led by Quentin Williams and Sauce Gardner, and Robert Saleh is the head coach there. The Jets should be able to make the playoffs. Now, in terms of the Super Bowl, nah, no way. I mean, I can't go that far. Not when the Kansas City Chiefs just won the Super Bowl, and you got to deal with the Bengals. You got to deal with the Buffalo Bills. You got to deal with the Miami Dolphins. You got to deal with the AFC. Aaron Rodgers is dealing in a different situation, in a different conference, which is the AFC. And in the AFC, it's loaded with quarterbacks. As for the Green Bay Packers, I think they won this one because they wanted to move on from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers wanted to move on from them. They drafted Jordan Love in the first round in the 2020 NFL draft. It was time for them to move on from Aaron Rodgers. And at some point, we needed to see Jordan Love play. Because remember, Jordan Love, his first start was against the Kansas City Chiefs a couple of years ago. That was the game in which Aaron Rodgers couldn't go because he had COVID, and it was later discovered that he lied about his vaccination status. Jordan Love didn't play particularly well, but it wasn't enough for us to judge him. Jordan Love is going to be the starter. I don't think there's going to be any pressure on him. I mean, the NFC North, it should be either the Minnesota Vikings or the Detroit Lions to win the division. So, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings are happy as hell that Aaron Rodgers is no longer with the Green Bay Packers anymore, especially Chicago, because Aaron Rodgers admitted that he owned them. So it is going to be exciting to see Jordan Love become the new guy for the Green Bay Packers. Also with Aaron Rodgers, just like his predecessor Brett Favre, he's traded to the New York Jets. So how will Aaron Rodgers handle the expectations? Because now he has good enough weapons in Garrett Wilson. They added McCole Hardman to the team. They have a good running game. They have a good enough defense. They should compete. He's probably the second best quarterback in that division. Josh Allen to me is still better than Aaron Rodgers at this juncture. But Aaron Rodgers, I see the Jets making the playoffs, but that's it. I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl because the AFC is just loaded. You got to deal with Mahomes. You got to deal with Burrow. You got to deal with Josh Allen. Then, of course, you can't ignore Miami. Hopefully, if Tua stays healthy. And then you got to deal with the rest of the other teams in the AFC. As for the NFC, Jalen Hurts right now is the best quarterback in that conference. Because other than Jalen Hurts, who could you really name is like the best quarterback in the NFC? Like really, now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, other than Jalen Hurts, who could you name? Kyler Murray he won't start probably until midway of the season because he's coming off a torn ACL. I mean, Matthew Stafford, I like Matthew Stafford a lot, but he's getting up there in age and injuries. We don't know about Trey Lance. Daniel Jones, look, I'm not sold on Daniel Jones. So, really, which quarterback in the NFC that can rival Jalen Hurts? And don't give me Dak Prescott. No. So, in the AFC, Aaron Rodgers, for the first time in a long time, it's going to be tough for him. Even though I see the Jets making the playoffs, it's going to be tough for him because he's no longer the best quarterback in that conference. There's no question. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in that conference, let alone in the NFL. And then you got to deal with Joe Burrow. You got to deal with Josh Allen. You got to deal with a plethora of quarterbacks in that conference. So that's going to be tough for Aaron Rodgers. And of course, he's going to be 40 in December. So Aaron Rodgers, he's under a lot of pressure to get this team to the playoffs because this team last year should have made the playoffs. And had it not been for Zach Wilson, and again, had Zach Wilson had played like what the Jets expected him to be when they drafted him with the second overall pick, they wouldn't waste their time trying to get Aaron Rodgers. If Zach Wilson was competent and played like a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback, Jets wouldn't waste their time trying to acquire Aaron Rodgers. This is all on Zach Wilson as well. So it's official. I'm glad it's over because finally we can stop talking about this stuff. I'm tired to be talking about this Aaron Rodgers nonsense. I'm glad for Green Bay that they can move on, that we're going to see Jordan Love. Whether Jordan Love becomes the franchise quarterback for the Green Bay Packers or not, they can finally move on from Aaron Rodgers. Period. It's great for Aaron Rodgers in New York and New Jersey. Trust me, I live there. Fans are going to be excited. The whole fan base there in New Jersey and New York, they're going to come to the games and they're going to spend their diehard money. You expect fans at plenty of sporting stores to come patronize the Jets products. They're going to buy a lot of Jets jerseys, Aaron Rodgers jerseys. So the New York Jets should make the playoffs this year. As for the Green Bay Packers, I don't think there's much expectations for Jordan Love. This is Jordan Love's first year as a starter. Let's see how it goes. Whether he becomes the franchise quarterback or not for the Green Bay Packers, it's great for the Packers to move on. It was time. The writing was on the wall. So those are my thoughts regarding Aaron Rodgers going to the New York Jets, folks. This is official. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Who do you think won the trade? Is it the Packers or is it the Jets? Who's under the most pressure? The Green Bay Packers or the Jets and Aaron Rodgers? Do you think Zach Wilson's time in the NFL is done? And what do you expect from Jordan Love? Please leave your comments in the comment section below, folks. Other than that, it's your boy Sports PSP. Man, hope everyone's enjoying a fantastic day. And of course, folks, God bless.